We hear so much about the importance of authenticity and being our whole selves. But have you ever stopped to think about what that actually means? I was having an amazing conversation today with a wonderful group of people, and we had a conversation around what we think the future of leadership is going to be in 5 years, and authenticity came up, and our ability to lean in to vulnerability and to really own who we are and start having authentic connections, authentic relationships rather than this fake plastic stuff. And what brought this up for me as I was thinking about this is in the work that we do with leaders and teams, there's also a really transformative assessment called the Leadership Circle Profile. And it looks at where we're showing up effective, or they call it creative, and where we're showing up not effective, or our reactive self protective tendencies. And one of the self protective tendencies is called protecting. And in protecting, we are over relying on our wisdom and our intellect and showing how much we know and doubling down on facts and figures when we know that what resonates for people and what connects us to other people is our humanness, is our authenticity, is our story, is letting ourselves be known and seen. And in fact, when we look at this graphic depiction of the results, authenticity is literally on the other side of the circle than this protecting dimension. And it's a way to kind of improve that. So when people are high in their protective reactive tendencies, we talk about how do you lean more into authenticity? And it's one of the key measures, by the way, of extraordinary leadership is zero gap in authenticity. And so one of the ways that we can start to lean into that came up for me years and years ago as I read Mike Robbins' book, Bring Your Whole Self to Work. And he has a equation for authenticity. And he says authenticity is honesty minus judgment and adding in vulnerability. So when we're honest with ourselves and other people, but we're not standing in a place of judgment, instead we're leaning to curiosity and we lean into vulnerability. That is authenticity. And so my invitation, my challenge for you this week is to try on that equation and see, are there areas where maybe you're standing in judgment? Are there areas where you're shying away from vulnerability and you're more in that protecting mode where you could lean into vulnerability? And notice what opens up for you and the quality of the connections around you when you do show up more authentically, when you show up more as your true whole self. I would love to hear what does. And remember, when we can start to show up more as our authentic self, we have a greater opportunity to let more of our sparkle shine.